do that right now.
If I can ask a
You
question.
can later on
Yeah.
give me a copy of this.
Yes, I will. I will
Just
do that.
I can put it in my laptop and copy it.
Yeah, and you can edit it as you like if there's portions of it
No,
you don't like.
I'll just try to put it, if he agrees,
Yeah.
Yeah.
on my...
Definitely. I'll give
on
you
my
anything that I
website.
recorded. Yeah. Go ahead, ask me a question.
So here's my question. We've been talking about the history of India.
A little louder.
We've been talking about the history of India and how historically India has been very inclusive to other traditions, and that a lot of the time it's come back to bite them, right?
It's come?
Come back to bite them. It's come back to injure them. India's inclusivity has sometimes harmed them in terms of other countries, other religions coming in and destroying Hindu idols, Hindu artifacts, Hindu temples. Right. So in the case of the Babri Masjid temple and the Kashi temple, where we've seen Muslim influence, I'm wondering, because the sacred spaces are contested, right? We see two religions fighting over a particular plot of land. And you're saying that plot of land belongs to a deity, belongs to a Hindu deity, whereas the Muslims are saying that plot of land belongs to Allah. So there's a contestation of who is the deity that land belongs to.
Look, this is not a question of whom it belongs to. It's a question of what is the philosophy you follow. Historically, there have been sacred places in India, outside India. They were taken by Christians or Muslims and converted into churches and mosques. See, it's only the Christians and the Muslims who do this. I mean, no American Indian tribe ever went and replaced a holy shrine with another god. I mean, this was never done except by these two
Fanatical
denominations.
tradition, yes.
All over the world, people, they never desecrated anybody else's shrine. They just made another for themselves. So they invited the deity
To reside with the
and they respected the deity. The Greeks came, Alexander came to India. There is no record of his destroying any temple. On the contrary, there is a record of his having dialogue with Indian philosophers.
and with Indian aesthetics.
Huh?
And with Indian aesthetics.
Indian?
Aesthetics.
Yes.
Indian sadhus also.
Philosophers, ascetics. Right. Then the Greeks came, they conquered certain portions which are now partly Pakistan, partly Kazakhstan, and sub portions of southern Russian portions. The Indo-Bactrian kingdom for almost 200 years. So they made temples, Greek temples, which don't exist today, but they certainly must have.
So,
But they never destroyed any Hindu temple. On the contrary, you see, this is significant. The Murti Pujakas, or the worshippers of icons, they would happily worship another icon.
yes.
The Greeks were worshipping the Persian temples. They worshipped the Hindu temples. There is the record of the Heliodoros pillar, which was raised by Heliodoros in worship of Vishnu. Because it's very simple.
When was that?
Eh?
That was in India, right?
Yes.
The Greek, I think that was,
252 BC
yeah,
or
2nd, 3rd
something.
century BCE.
So what I'm saying is
Yeah.
that the idol worshipper or a Murtipujaka,
Yeah.
we don't use the word idol worshipper because idol has a bad connotation in Greek,
Yeah. Murtipuja.
Christian, Murtipujaka. Nowhere in the world they have destroyed. No Shinto has destroyed another denomination of Shinto temple,
Yeah.
because the material, the vigraha, the body, or the idol, you know, if you, idola, as they call it in Greek, the Greek word is, itself is sacred. It is divine.
Yeah.
And it is irreplaceable. So you can't say that this is false and Allah is true.
Right. But the
Or
thing
this
about
is false, or
yeah,
my father of Jesus is
uh,
true.
the thing about Islam is that ingrained in their very philosophy is this
Exactly.
idea of shirk, right? Of against idol worship. So they see it as a right of their own religion to destroy it because it's fanaticism. If you're worshiping
Well,
these things.
call it fanaticism or call it close-mindedness or ignorance, but that is the doctrine.
Mhm.
And now that doctrine has to be challenged. The whole world has to challenge it. For the time being, only Hindus are challenging it. Christians are not challenging it anymore.
Yeah.
They were doing it 1,000 years ago when they fought the Crusades, and then perhaps following the tradition of fighting over the place,
You want to stop? We can stop and then come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop.